Alright, what up? So welcome to another video. Appreciate you guys tuning in. First things first, if you guys are not already subscribed, please do so. And if you have not already liked the video, please do so. But today's video, we're going to be covering my playing career very briefly, and then we're going to cover the things that it taught me and prepared me for when becoming a trainer, and the things that my playing career did not teach me or prepare me for when becoming a trainer. So first things first, my playing career all started basically when I was in like second grade. That's when I first started playing, picking up a basketball, but didn't really get serious until my 8th grade year. Once I got into 8th grade, I was like, all right, I just want to dedicate myself completely to basketball, pretty much quit all other sports, and was like, I'm going all in on basketball. I want to play college basketball, take it as far as I possibly can. So once I started taking it really seriously in 8th grade, I got really serious, and that basically consumed all of my life, basically all the way up until now. I would be in the driveway every single day, rain, sleet, or snow, 500 to 1,000 makes as often as I possibly can, getting up before school, working out after school, lifting, right? I was taking it extremely seriously, and this is where I started to build that love for just working out. And then with that whole summer and off season getting into my freshman year, I really thought I was gonna make varsity my freshman year, but I did not. I made JV, but ended up being probably the best thing for me as I really developed that freshman year playing on JV, getting a ton of minutes starting and things like that. So then sophomore year, also tried out for an AAU team, didn't make that, made the B team, but sophomore year started varsity all the way through to my senior year. So kept playing the AAU, kept playing that, tried to get as good as I can every single day, literally did not do anything else except for workout and lift weights. If you knew me during that time, you know that's facts. And then as my senior year was coming to an end, started getting a lot of interest from colleges, probably about 10 to 20 different colleges. Ended up going to D3, Salem State in Massachusetts, was pretty much the cheapest one, and they were a solid team. So went there for 1 year, didn't really like it. That's kind of right before my college career. I started training, started to really get into that. Like I said, I just had a love for working out. As I've said in another video, one of my main things that I always said is like, if I could just work out for a living, then I'll be perfectly happy. It's pretty much what I do now. So decided I wanted to stop playing, decided I liked working out more. I didn't really like the playing. I didn't like the process of it. I just basically liked the working out part. So I was like, I'm just gonna take training seriously. Same thing, once I dedicated myself to it, there was no looking back. Same thing when I decided basketball was what I was gonna do. I didn't do anything else. And now I just do the exact same thing with training. But that whole playing career taught me a lot and prepared me a lot for running my own training business and being a trainer. The first thing that it really taught me was just the hard work and the consistency. Like I said, I just became completely dedicated to basketball, and that's all I did. My whole entire day and life revolved around that. And I just started to build an insane work ethic where I'd do whatever it takes, was getting up before school, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., getting in reps, lifting after school, practices, right? All I did was work out. So I started to build this really obsessive work ethic, which really carried into my training coaching career. It also just really taught me the consistency, right? I'm sure, as you guys know, as players, there's probably been multiple times where you just had a terrible game, practice, whatever, you were just pissed off. You're like, I'm done playing basketball, I'm quitting, right? I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. You're like, I'm done, that's it, I'm done playing, right? So obviously I had those moments as well, but you just show up the next day and you do it all over again, right? So it's just the consistency. You have the ups, you have the downs, but you just keep showing up even when you don't want to. You just gotta be consistent. And the second thing, like I just briefly mentioned, was the ups and downs. It teaches you how to deal with adversity, which will happen as a trainer dealing with growing your business and things like that. People tell you no, there's ups and downs. People don't want to train with you, people do. You got to get people that are not answering you and things like that. So really just the ups and downs of the basketball, making teams, not making them, winning games, losing games, playing good, playing bad, just being able to emotionally control yourself during those and still keep that same mindset and confidence in yourself as a player. Again, touching on that same thing, that's probably the third thing that it really taught me, was extreme confidence in myself. As a younger kid and player, was not confident in myself at all. But if I'm sure you guys know me now, you know I'm pretty fucking confident in myself in regards to pretty much everything. Just confidence in my own self as a person in general. But you have to have that confidence as a player, right? You're playing against elite players, right? In an AAU, school, whatever. You're playing against a better team, or you're the young kid on the team. You have to have confidence, or else you're gonna get completely destroyed, right? So just even if you have to fake it sometimes till you make it, just having that confidence and belief in yourself that you're gonna do something, that you're gonna make that team, you're gonna go play here, and that just keeps you going day after day. And it's the same thing with training. You have to have the belief in yourself that you're going to make it. There's light at the end of the tunnel. If you're constantly just doubting yourself, it's gonna be really tough to make it anywhere. So you just have to have that confidence both on the court and off the court now as a trainer. So with all that stuff said, those are probably the biggest things that it taught me in terms of becoming a trainer. And those are all things that are utilized on a day-to-day basis, right? Just having the insane work ethic and consistency, showing up day after day. There's plenty of times as a trainer, I didn't want to go to workouts. I didn't want to speak in front of people, but you do it anyways. That consistency has to be there, just like when you're a player. And like I said, dealing with those ups and downs and just being confident in yourself. It's going to be tough to speak to a group of 40 kids if you're not confident in yourself, right? So you really have to have all of those things, and those are something that basketball taught me that tied right into training. But with that said, there's a lot of things that being a player didn't teach me when it comes to being a trainer and growing a business. And the first thing is just being a good coach. Being a good coach and being a good player is two totally different things. And I actually just posted a video on this on our Mastery Hoops coaching platform. So if you're a coach, definitely go check that out. But being a coach really just comes down to getting the most out of your players, being able to teach them something and actually get them to apply it into the game. So it really all comes down to the science of getting players better. And as a player myself, I just knew how to work myself out. I just knew how to work hard. I didn't know how to work smart. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just working hard, spending hours and hours and hours. But little did I know that there was a much more efficient way to do that. And if I knew that as a player, well, I probably would have got a lot better. So with that experience as a player myself, I was like, okay, I was an extremely hard worker, but if I just worked smart, I could have been so much better. So I just took that right from my life and was able to try to apply it to other people who works extremely hard, that doesn't know how to work smart, that I can give that to and turn them into the best player possible. So you can know the game as a player, but that does not automatically mean that you know how to teach it to somebody, how to get them to utilize it into a game, how to motivate someone, how to deal with different personalities and things like that, right? Basketball doesn't teach you that, and that is the most important thing as a coach or as a trainer. So I think a lot of people just think just because you're a player, you can be a coach, and that's not necessarily the case. You can be a player and train somebody, but there's a big difference between being someone who just works somebody out and being a legit trainer, which is exactly what I'm trying to actually be. And the other side is obviously the business side. Being a player, you don't really know what it takes to grow a business, to reach out to people, to grow revenues, to increase prices, to know how to find a location, how to negotiate with people, right? How to actually know how to set your initial prices and things like that, how to market yourself, right? Those are things that I just did not know, and things that I just basically figured out on the fly or tried to learn about the best that I could through books, resources, mentors, and things like that. So yes, being that player really helped me as a coach and as a trainer start to build those habits that really transitioned well into being a good trainer. But at the end of the day, it's all about being a good trainer, which really comes down to the science of getting better, how to motivate players, knowing how to communicate with parents, knowing how to grow a business. And these are all things that I didn't know when I was starting out. So this is something that I'm very passionate about teaching. As you've seen, I've posted multiple YouTube videos about all sorts of stuff like this. And this is something that we built an entire platform around called Mastery Hoops. Mentioned it in the last video, but if you guys haven't checked it out, going to link it in the description below, where we talk about all sorts of things like this to help you as a trainer. If you're a player and you want to become a trainer soon, definitely tap in, check it out. Appreciate you guys for watching. Hope this gave you guys some value, some lessons, things like that. But until next time, see you soon.